We got an ID.4 right here, and tonight's plan is to sleep inside of this car. It's really slippery. It's currently like 1 degree Celsius. We're gonna drive a little bit further into the Austrian Alps. Hopefully it gets a little bit colder. I usually never say that, but for this video I really hope it's gonna get like minus 10 degrees so I can show you how I prepare everything and how I hopefully will be able to sleep comfortably in the ID.4. There's actually already quite a lot of snow here, so let's hope we don't get stuck. Well, the question is, how much storage does this car have? Because let's say you travel for a week, then you want to have a lot of storage to store the clothes and all of this. Well, so here we of course got the most important, the Dreamcase bed. It's the mat, pillow and blanket as well. I also brought an extra pillow. Then as for storage, we have those little compartments. Yeah, not a lot fits here. This is kind of already full. Then underneath here we have more storage. Some extra blanket, something that is cozy, and also sleeping bag, because it's probably going to be really cold this night, so I will be grateful for this sleeping bag. So not that much storage back there. So right here we got some storage. Then yeah, I mean, this is kind of normal. My other shoes here, and yeah, I mean, that's like how every car is with this kind of storage. These things are kind of nice. There's a lot. We got USB-C ports. Also this one is quite deep. That's okay. And here I actually figured out you can take that out as well. So either you have just this storage or use the cup holders. Because the thing is, if you're traveling for like a week and you always have to clean up before you can make the bed, it's kind of annoying. So that's why if there's a lot of storage room where you can just store your clothes and everything, it's a lot more comfortable because you don't always need to clean up the entire car. But actually, let's not forget, it's an electric car. And since an electric car doesn't have an engine, there should be storage room here as well, right? Yeah. Okay. Not really. That's weird. I don't even have a little compartment. I mean, maybe I can store my phone here. Yeah, that's kind of missing. That would be super nice to have another compartment here, especially for like pillows or blankets that you don't need during the day. But in general, I mean, for a few days, it's totally fine. And if you don't mind cleaning up everything before setting up the bed, then it should be fine. Okay, well, the plan has changed a little bit. I want to show you now how I set up the Dreamcase inside the ID.4. It's actually not really flat, but I figured that the headrest, if you move them up, as you can see, it goes down a little bit further. So we're gonna move the seats forward so we have more space in the back. Yeah! I finally found something. It's a little parking lot, and yeah, I mean, it's kind of nice as well. There are a few houses over there, but I think we won't bother someone here. Let's stay here. Well, those mood lights, they make it quite cozy. But yeah, I'm gonna eat something now. And for this, I'm gonna move the passenger seat back so I can sit like on the passenger seat. Then I have enough room to eat something, because otherwise you have the steering wheel in the way. I folded the Dreamcase mat like backwards a little bit so I can move the seats back again. I've actually done it already before, because otherwise I couldn't drive, or I would have to drive like this. But like this, it's actually a lot of room and quite comfy to have some dinner. Well, of course, these kind of adventures are a lot more fun in summer, because it's more enjoyable to be outside. You're not freezing, and then you can also cook food and just spend some time outside. And also it's not dark at 5 p.m. But I mean, for this video I just want to show you guys that you can also sleep in your car in winter. That it's possible to do that, especially if you have an EV. Like it's cozy right now, like the heating is on, and yeah, it's just nice. All right, so not as like in the Tesla, the ID.4 doesn't have a camp mode. The car actually, as you can see, it's all dark. The car actually turns off after 30 minutes. That could be a problem for the night, because I can't leave the heating on. I need to restart the car again. Oh yeah, then the lights go on again. And then I need to press here until it says off. Then they're off, and then start the heating. But there might be a little hack that we can try. So basically, if you go to the menu, you'll find this option, Stat Aircon, so stationary aircon, I believe. And what this does is you can preheat your car. So let's say you go to work at 7 a.m. You can tell your car to warm up. So once you get into your car at 7 a.m. it will be already warm. So it's 7:30 now, and I probably go to bed at like 10. So it's Saturday today, but we will actually set the timer to right after midnight. Let's say midnight. So the car will warm up at midnight again to the temperature that I set it to. Here you can set the temperature. Also, we set the second timer to, let's say, 4. Well, and now we have a timer on 30 past midnight and on 4 a.m. So the car should warm up after midnight and then at 4 again. And maybe in between it stays warm enough in here. So yeah, that might be something that works and that will keep us warm, hopefully. So right now we are at 162 kilometers. Like that's the battery charge that we have left. And yeah, let's see how much kilometers it will take until tomorrow morning when we wake up. Actually, I'm curious to know if I can charge my laptop here. Because the outlets in the ID.4, they are USB-C. So let's see if I can charge my laptop with this. Okay, well, actually, my laptop says battery is not charging. I mean, it's possible that the USB-C outlet is just not strong enough. I have this converter. It's like a electricity converter, and it goes into the car. So we have the other plug. Well, and now I'm just gonna use the normal power outlet. And maybe the computer charges like this. Okay, let's see if that works. Oh, nice, that works. I'm not sure why they don't make those outlets a little bit stronger, so you could charge the laptop as well. But yeah, I mean, it's not the most important thing when you go on an adventure, but it's a nice thing to have. Well, I'm ready to sleep. It's always so cozy once you're in the back of the car and it's warm and nice. Actually, I'm always impressed by how soft the mat is And I'm not saying that because it's a Dreamcase video. I'm saying that because I really mean it. It's like 2 inches, like 4 or 5 centimeters thick. And I just think it's like really comfortable. I mean, of course, you cannot compare it with the bed you have at home, but I'm not a huge fan of the pillows because, I mean, obviously it's super cool because they fit into the case. So that's really handy. But I need a proper pillow to sleep. So that's why I bring this one. I can actually fit this one in the case. Then I just take the original pillows out, but then this one fits inside as well. But I really like Dreamcase pillows for the sides. So on the side, there are like these big holes, you know, because the mat doesn't fully go out. Yeah, because it's more narrow here. And that's why there's this gap. I have my jacket here. And then with the pillows, I usually just put them here, and then you have like a extension here, and there's just more space for your shoulders. So this one is the Dreamcase blanket that you can get with the mat. It's actually 0 degrees. It's not as cold as I was hoping for, but maybe it's a little bit better, so I won't freeze to death. I just brought my sleeping bag as well. This one is okay for like -7 degrees, I believe. But for summer, this one really feels like at home because it's a normal blanket. It's a nice blanket, like a really nice fabric. And well, yeah, and actually there's also room for another person. So it should be fine, should be okay to sleep with 2 people in here. In case you're scared if you're on your own. But in general, I always feel quite safe in the car. I lock the car and then I'm like, okay, nothing can happen to me. Well, so I know that in the Tesla Model Y, the glass roof is really dark and you can't really see through at the stars. But I think this one, so since it has this thing, the glass doesn't have to be like crazy dark. So you might be able to see the stars through this roof. But I mean, it's raining now, so that's why there are clouds and you can't see it. And now imagine this with another person that is laying next to you. That must be very romantic. So there are so many good things about sleeping inside a car. And that's why I totally recommend this to anyone. Like, sleep in your car. If you've never done that before, I'm pretty sure that you miss out on something. It's a cool adventure, little fun adventure, and it's super simple. You don't need much. You're safe, you're warm, especially if you do it in summer. In winter, yeah, it can get cold. And there's this really like adventurous thing that is just very enjoyable. Well, and now, good night. I see you in the morning. Oh, good morning. Well, I'm really happy that the preheating thing worked out because it really worked as planned, that the heating went on at midnight and then at 4 again. And now towards the end of the night, it got colder in here, but it didn't really matter because once I woke up, I literally just turned on the heating again. And now it's 8 AM and I feel well rested and ready for the day. Okay, so now I'm actually curious, how much battery did we need? So yesterday we had 162 and now we have 115. So that means it took 47 kilometers overnight. I think it's actually quite okay. I mean, the heating wasn't on the entire night, but it's 0 degrees outside, so don't forget that. But I also believe that if it would have been -10, we definitely would have needed more. Sleeping in a car in winter is a whole experience in itself. With electric cars though, you have the great benefit to keep on the heating without having to run the engine. And because I even figured out the hack with the preheating, spending the night in 0 degrees was okay too. That's just this beautiful thing, waking up and being in nature right away. Overall, the ID.4 is a great car for an adventure that gives you enough space to sleep inside. So, when does your adventure start?